All right, finally excited to be heading out to go see some cenotes. We'll teach you guys all about them as we learn about them too. All right, guys, we are at the cenote, and these are basically like hidden sinkholes in different neighborhoods that just people just discover them. This one happens to have some restrooms and stuff, so I'm going to change my clothes and we're going to get ready to go down there. This cenote, as I mentioned, is on private property, but they do have access for the public, and it's a 45 peso entry fee, which is just over $2 US. So very inexpensive, and it's easily accessible if you just go in through this town, which is near Mayapan. So as we approach the cenote here, you can kind of see where the sinkhole is right here. This one is Naya, and they've built some steps here for easy access down to it, and they do rebuild these often because of the rain and the water, it rots the wood pretty quickly, so they do update these really well all the time so that you don't have any trouble getting down there. It is challenging for some to get down if you have some mobility issues, so this is not really an accessible area physically if you have any mobility trouble, as I mentioned before. So cenotes are really have this kind of magical feel to them, which is absolutely incredible to me, that these sinkholes just have such a great vibe and a really amazing feeling, like you've found a lost world or something. Is kind of how you feel as you're descending down the steps to access the water. As you can see down here, this one is a blue cenote, and you can see right through the water there how clear that is. They've had so much rain that the platform to access the cenote is actually under the water, as you just saw. So they do get quite a bit of rain, and so the water does rise quite a bit in some of these cenotes here in Mexico. Really just beautiful the way the vegetation just kind of grows into it. They do get some stalagmites in here as well, and also some inhabitants like bats in here. And you'll also find some fish in the water. Really just depends. The type of fish depends that you'll find in the cenotes depends on how much sun it gets, and how much kind of chemicals and different things are in the water. So just different types of fish will be in the water. In this particular cenote in Naya, we had a lot of really little fish here, but just looking at it from in the water, it was just amazing to just look up and see this big hole and just kind of to think that we were here down here under the water. So these are really just natural pits or sinkholes, and it's really just a result of the limestone bedrock, it kind of collapsing, and then it exposes this groundwater. It was believed by the Mayan people that their god of rain, Chak, it was actually responsible for the cenotes. So to them, it's kind of sacred ground, and there are some of them that are very sacred, the more public ones, because they believed that the god of rain, Chak, stored the water down here for them, and that when they prayed to him, that he would bring the water up and give them the access that they wanted. So let's take a little swim here in the water before we visit the next cenote. Hope you enjoy swimming along with us. So we're gonna pop in here to Suhen at our next cenote, and this one has restrooms also as well. It's actually owned, it's on the same property as Naya, so it's owned by the same families that share the responsibility of caring for it. And they do also, here they have these are showers and changing rooms and restrooms all inside there for men and women. The other one just had the restrooms and you can change in there. So this one is actually more open at the top, as you can see, a bigger kind of hole at the top, which is actually going to make the water more of a green color as opposed to the blue color that we saw at Naya. So this one is going to have different types of flora and fauna all around. So it just depends again on what's in the water, what the chemicals and various things in the water that's going to affect what's actually going to live. It just, the access to the sun and things like that. So in this one in particular, we actually had different types of fish, which you'll see in a little bit here, but we had a really good time. This one was a longer ways down. They had just rebuilt this new staircase. You can see the old staircase there in front of me. These were pretty steep, so you just had to be careful again on your way down. Some of the steps were really narrow, so just be careful if you have really big feet to get down in here. But again, just a beautiful, really tranquil space. The first one, Naya, we had all to ourselves the entire time, just my daughter and I and our guide. This one we had to ourselves for quite some time, and then a group came just as we were finishing up our time here. So just depending on how popular the cenotes that you're going to are, some of them will be a lot busier, some of them will be, you know, a little emptier like this. So you can see kind of the water in here. Looks a little blue from under here, but then as you look down, you can see it's really more of a green color as opposed to the blue color of the other one. But we had such a great time exploring these cenotes and just kind of experiencing the magic of these beautiful spaces here in Mexico. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're gonna have a lot more content coming up, and enjoy the swim here with our daughter Alexa for the next few moments.